Hello there. A update. A really exciting update, actually. Oh, let me just turn off this TV. A really exciting update. So, in my previous videos, I was talking about a website that I've been building, and I've become completely obsessed with this now, as I always do with these things. And so every minute of, not every minute, but every spare minute I get, I'm uh, I'm tinkering with this website, and yeah, it's becoming quite the personal project of mine. So what I wanted to do in this video is talk about what the website is again, because the more I talk about it, it feels like it's changing every day, and there's this classic kind of word that people use or phrase, which is scope creep, and and I'm embracing scope creep at the moment, and just flowing with whatever's coming into my head. So from the original design, it was just going to be a journal, a place to log my journals every day. So my intentions, um, my daily intentions, I've got Claude Code running there. So if I get distracted, I've just asked it to do a major overhaul of the reading experience, and it took me ages to type out like all the different changes. And I'm going to get sidetracked now while I'm talking about this. So um, there was I've been learning how to use Claude Code more efficiently as well, and I was listening to this tutorial earlier, and this guy was talking about having a microphone and having like text to voice to text software that just captures your voice to text really really well, and then it uses, you just talk to Claude Code. Then basically you like remove your fingers out the equation, and depending on how fast you can type, you can probably talk quicker than you can type. So, and I can definitely talk quicker than I can type. So, so it ups your productivity by whatever percent, like whatever the difference is between how fast you can talk and how fast you're typing. I would say it's probably at least a 5x multiplier in terms of productivity by talking to Claude Code instead of typing to Claude Code, which would have made that last task a hell of a lot quicker. It took me ages to write this. It's like a specification. I'd been using the site, and then I came to the conclusion. Okay, I got some feedback on one of the way we were navigating around one of the pages, and then I just kept going over and over it. And when I first designed it, I was like, yeah, this feels really innovative and really cool and all this stuff. And then the user experience was just off, really off. And I went back to all of the kind of podcasts I've listened to about people talking about user experience and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's like technically uh, like really cool. If the user experience is crap, people are just going to get really frustrated. And even if it is doing something cool, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's all about the user experience. So I've backtracked a lot on this one particular section, but I've redesigned it in a way that I think is far simpler, but still kind of has some nice technical quirks to it. So that's building at the moment. So and it's burning through my tokens. I've got Claude Code open on one screen. I've got Claude Desktop open on the other screen, and I've got my current session limit on, and and I can see the bar going across, and it's just begging for me, begging for me to upgrade my account from the Pro package to the Max package. But the Max package is so expensive. Well, I suppose it's not. Like, if you were doing this as your day job, it really isn't. The productivity that you get out of Claude Code is astronomical. And even if you paid for the max tier on the 30x kind of bandwidth, token bandwidth, which is, I don't know, 225 quid a month. Like you say that and it's like, oh, that's quite expensive. 225 quid for an AI agent. And it's like, yeah, if I could have 30 times the bandwidth of tokens, Jesus, I keep hitting my limit every day. And that's my main, like, that's the thing that's throttling my progress. It's not me. It's my Claude bandwidth that's throttling how fast I can get this done. And I suppose actually, like, if I had that much more bandwidth, I'd need more time, because then I would need to be feeding it more prompts. So maybe it's like a good happy balance at the moment. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So so the site itself is going to be it's going to be an intention setting site. So it's kind of branded around journaling, but the journaling is focused on intention setting. And my overall aim of this is I've been through all sorts of kind of rough experiences in my life, and like waves of depression, waves of anxiety, waves of health anxiety, social anxiety, and all these horrible things. And I would say that I dealt with a lot of that through most of my 20s and a lot of my 30s as well, if not all my 30s, if I'm honest with myself, like dipping in and out. It was getting better at the end of my 30s, but then over the past 5 years, say from about 39 to 44 in age, I've pretty much overcome all anxiety and got rid of depression. And I suppose some anxiety is like standard in life, but crippling social anxiety or crippling health anxiety that just stops you from doing anything productive, my God, I don't wish that upon anyone. So how did I how did I kind of combat some of these things? So some of the things that I did was like planning out your day, and I'm not a good, like, write down 10 things, do those 10 things type of person. It's more like set the vibe out there and then just see where the wind takes me, and usually it takes me to a good place. But being very prescriptive has never really worked for me. So I can't remember who I spoke to about this, but it came down to, like, as I'm doing my morning routine, set an intention for the day. Like, you don't have, it doesn't have to be like I'm going to do this. More so, like, this is how I'm going to feel when I'm doing it. I'm going to feel like this. I'm going to enjoy this meeting. I'm gonna be confident in this interaction. And that just built and built and built over many intention settings, where I found it quite fun to write them down, and I found it quite fun to share them as well. Like, you don't have to share your intentions, but I found it quite fun. And so it's like, oh, I'm going to be doing this, and then I'm going to be doing that, and then this is how I'm going to feel when I'm doing it. So there's your intention, and we can dig into that in a lot more detail another time. But then also, I started building on this. So the next thing that came up was gratitude. So practicing gratitude every day. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my mouse. It is just a little mouse. It's been used a lot, but it takes all my punishment. It's the thing I probably touch the most all day when I'm at work, if not the keyboard. So it has the most interaction with me out of virtually anything in this world during a work day. And it does my bidding pretty much without fail. So I'm very grateful for my mouse. And without it, I would have to do some other things to move the cursor around the screen. So you can be grateful for many, many different things. And that gratitude like focuses you on those things instead of them passing you by. They're really obvious things, like your children, your pets, your house, the air we breathe, our legs, our, you know, if unless you can't walk, you know, I'm grateful for my legs that enable me to walk. I'm grateful for the British weather because it keeps me happy when it is sunny, or it keeps me happy when it's rainy, if that's what floats your boat. So there's many, you know. Obviously, the list is endless for gratitude, but it is like it being grateful every day is a really nice place to be because there are so many things to be grateful for. And then the final thing I've got in this part of the journaling is something I'm great at, because one thing that I'm sure we've all noticed is, especially in the UK, like we just don't shout about how good we are at things, and if we do, it's seen as a negative thing. And I think that culture is shifting a little bit, but it definitely exists. So, you know, this is a part of breaking that culture, and it's like, yeah, I am really good at this. I'm really good at recording this video. I'm really good at talking to Claude Code. I'm really good at using my mouse. I know exactly where to point it when I need to click on something. I'm amazing at it. That is something that I'm great at. Doesn't matter how small it is. You're acknowledging your worth through something that by acknowledging something that you're great at, which is an amazing thing. And that's the whole point of this site. It's to take something that you either know or don't know. It's sitting there unconscious, and bringing it into your conscious. So you're articulating it through the words, and you don't have to share it. You know, I'm building this app to probably be like, maybe, I don't know, 90% private. If people want to share them and share the things that they put on, they can. You know, I share everything on there just because I find it fun. But really, if you signed up for this app, everything that you post can be completely private and private to you. And then you keep, well, you know, I can talk about some of the things, like the additional features that you get in a minute. But yeah, you build up this library of intentional thinking every day. This library of gratitude, this library of things that you're great at. And I tell you what, it's really interesting to look back over these things over time as well. So, and yeah, it by doing those things first thing in the morning, I find that you definitely carry them into the day. Whereas, you know, if you're in a bit of a rush and you just let these things kind of pass you by, you can just let the day pass you by without kind of acknowledging these things. So I truly believe that by thinking about those three things, you will have a better day than you otherwise would have, even if it's like the most marginal difference. I don't think there's a situation where by writing those things down it will make things worse. Actually, that's a really interesting point. If you're going through something really difficult, you might feel like you're having to talk about something that you don't want to talk about. But I tell you what, having gone through all the things that I said earlier, all of the difficult things that I've been through in my life, all of the mental health issues, the one thing that's helped me drag myself out of the painful situations was talking to people. That was always the one thing that helped. Like, noticeably, not just helped, fixed those problems. It was having someone to talk to. When you internalize all of those things, that's where things can manifest and you start to create different stories. I don't want to see this person, they make me anxious. I don't want to do that, it makes me feel like this. Like, internalizing those things, and you're not even talking to yourself about them, you're just letting that kind of narrative manifest and create something inside you that's well, just can lead to all of those horrible feelings. Right, my build's finished. Oh my god, I'm excited to press push. So I'll talk about my workflow another day. This works so well. How I've got it all linked up to GitHub. How I'll do another video on how this is all integrated into GitHub. Like, all the code is on GitHub. How I'm documenting all of the they're called issues. They're not actual issues, but they're called issues on GitHub. It's just like, you can have issues on there. You can put bug labels or issues, but they're like a list of requirements. My workflow is so good. It's amazing. Right, so this is ready to push now. So I'm going to go and review everything that's going on here. So yeah, I'll do another update video soon. I'll talk about this as much as possible because I want to get this as polished as I can by the end of April. And then what I'm going to do is open it up to the public. So to be a part of the whatchamacallit, a part of the beta testing. So I'll start loading on more functionality through the beta test. It's going to be like a 3-month test. So it'll be a fixed amount of people that can be a part of that testing, because I need to keep an eye on costs as well. So I'm not just going to kind of open it up. I mean, like, on one hand, it might not spread very quickly anyway, so I might be struggling to get people. But then on the other, if it did spread quickly and loads of people signed up, and then I didn't have something configured properly on the server, or my APIs weren't configured properly, and because I've got all these APIs into Claude and Claude Console and all these different things, and then my costs just go whack, spiraling out of control. So I need to be really careful. I need to scale this slowly to start off with, and make sure like all of the technical stuff and the costs and all that are where I feel like they need to be, and then we can scale it up from there. So yeah, I'll put some more information out about what it means to be a part of the beta testing. So if you're interested, you can go to Wolfman.blog. I think I'm going to change it to Wolfman.app. I did buy the Wolfman.app URL earlier. I think that's a better URL, because it was originally going to be my personal blogging site, but it's grown since then. It's the Wolfman app now. So I think I'm going to change it to Wolfman.app as like as the main page, and just have Wolfman.blog as a redirect. And then if I need to buy any other URLs as well, I can. So then, right, I need to push this into the test environment now and do some testing. And then I'm going to go to the gym, and then I want to get some food. And then if I've got any energy left. No, don't do any more on this tonight. I was going to say my tokens reset in 2 hours, so I could do some more work after. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, it's really exciting. Love it. I love it. So much fun. Speak to you soon. Bye.